So you downloaded Destiny 2 and now ask yourself, okay, now where do I get started? Has this happened to you? I've heard some newer gamers in my community ask this question for a while now, and I've decided to answer that very question for you today. In this video, I'll explain the 3 phases your Guardian will go through to complete and get the most out of this enormous and fascinating game. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll explain what phase I am in and what I'm now working on in this game, Destiny 2. So let's rock. Hey, before I do that though, could you do me a favor? I'm on a mission to help 1,000 new and returning Guardians out there before the next big DLC for Destiny 2, Lightfall, which arrives in February of 2023, and my goal is 1,000 subscribers before then. So could you help me out? I know you hear it in every video on YouTube these days, but this is kind of a passion project of mine, and you'd be doing me a solid. So thanks. Now, I'm sure some of you out there might say things like, Gator, what about doing it this way? Or, my friend told me to do it this way. I hear you. And yes, there are other off-the-beaten-path ways to slowly level up your Guardian. But I have 5 Destiny alt accounts, and I love the progression process of Destiny 2. I know, I'm the weird one in the community, but I've tested all kinds of approaches to leveling over the years, and I keep coming back to this method that I'm going to describe today. In addition to my alt accounts, I have over 3,500 hours played in Destiny 2 on my main account alone. So yeah, I love this game, and I want you to also. I was browsing through YouTube a few days ago and came across a huge YouTuber that plays multiple games, with millions of followers, and he was returning back to try Destiny 2 once more. I was confounded, hell, even embarrassed as a Destiny content creator, when this very experienced professional gamer couldn't figure out where to go, what to do, or even where to start. I've had so many longtime friends from my Call of Duty and Battlefield days try Destiny 2 and then quit when it's too difficult or just frustrating to figure out. So I put down my video project I was working on and immediately made this video. I've seen lots of frustrated new and returning Guardians out there with that deer in headlights look. I know when I first played the game, my ADHD wouldn't let any flashing icons stay lit until I got it taken care of. So what do you need to do to get started? If you are a new gamer to Destiny 2, I highly advise you to create your first character. Make it your own, and believe me, I realize that customization isn't the greatest. I know there's no beards. I'm sorry. But you should be able to come up with something that agrees with your palette. Once you do that, and select your new character, you will immediately see the very first opening cutscene that we all saw on day 1 of Destiny back in 2014. By all means, please don't skip it. Enjoy where Destiny began, and you will gain a small piece of insight into what this game is all about. I said small because there will be so much story that opens up once you get into the meat of this game. If you're a returning Guardian, depending on where you left off, I still recommend doing this first step as a new Guardian. This step is something Bungie, the developer of the game, added into the world to at least give the newer players some direction as well as a reward for their time they spend. This first step is called the New Light Quest. If you don't see this New Light Quest in your inventory or your quest inventory, then go to the kiosk right next to the postmaster. Once the initial cutscene ends, you'll be thrusted into the very first mission that we all started playing in the original game. You will start your journey on the old Russian territory on Earth called Cosmodrome, where you will gain some weapons, learn how to use your controls, face down your first enemy race, the Fallen. I don't want to spoil too much here as I want you to experience it for yourself. The mission will guide you along, just follow the hints on the screen and look for the diamond waypoints that will tell you where to go next. Now don't stop the video after I say this next statement. This storyline is not fully representative of the awesome sauce that is Destiny 2. In fact, the missions, not great at all. The missions will be simple and somewhat tedious and a little grindy. But like every other RPG game out there, you gotta get past this quest in order to set yourself up for the next step. As you complete more and more missions, you will slowly open up more planet destinations and activities available to you. I highly recommend not skipping these missions and experience everything that Destiny has to offer. I skipped some early activities in my Destiny gameplay and found that some activities, once I tried them, I loved them. And some, maybe not so much. But only you're going to know for sure once you try them. I've played the New Light quest several times on alt accounts, so I know what lies ahead. But keep this in mind. If you complete this quest line, you will accumulate some decent weapons to get you started. You'll have opportunities for some exotic weapons in the form of exotic quest lines, which aren't too difficult to complete. Also, you'll be gaining more and more higher power weapons and armor along the way. A little tip when leveling up your gear. You can keep any gear you like and just put it in your vault at the tower. This is the central hub of the game, by the way. You can hold up to 600 total items, which seems like a lot, but in this game, you're going to find that loot piles up very quickly. Just know this, your white and green and some purple legendary armor and weapons can be reacquired from your collections tab, so there's no need to hang on to that. But here's the tip. Always keep your highest power weapons and armor in your vault or your personal inventory, as this will track your next powerful item to drop. If you delete it, the next lower power gear will count, so don't delete any gear that is your highest power. You can delete it if you like after your next higher replacement is acquired. The New Light questline is supposed to gently guide you, as well as help you out with power, so that when you're done with it, you'll be somewhat prepared for what comes next. So eyes up, Guardian. So you've completed the New Light questline, and you're not just a noob that just got off the Destiny bus anymore. You will be a higher power level, you'll have a starter pack of weapons and exotics, and you'll know your way around the worlds that make up Destiny 2. In this next phase, Phase 2, you will now have some options in how far you want to go down the rabbit hole of the Destiny story. This also might be a great place to start if you are returning to the game after completing the New Light experience in the past. Also, depending on what you choose, some investment in the game may be required. In this phase, you will come to the fork in the proverbial road. You can either advance right to the current storyline or season, or you can gain some more background context to the world as we continue to gain more weapons, armor, mods, materials, crafting currencies, and on and on. If nothing else, at a minimum, I encourage you to purchase and play the Witch Queen campaign. This is the current year's storyline and will eventually lead you up to the current season. Can you skip all of this? Oh yeah. But you'll be missing out on some cool upgrades to the game like weapon crafting, more exotics, a new world destination. If you don't want to skip anything and want the full Destiny experience, then I recommend obtaining the Shadowkeep expansion. Then the Beyond Light expansion. Pick up the 30th anniversary DLC. You know, you get the Gjallarhorn on that one. And finally, the Witch Queen expansion. If you purchase the deluxe version of the Witch Queen expansion, this season and next season will automatically be available. Otherwise, I believe they can be purchased a la carte for 1,000 silver or $10 each season. There's also a free track of items to unlock if you don't want to spend the money on the season, but far fewer items. And you'll probably don't want to miss out on the seasonal exotics or cool armor and ornaments. The choice is yours, and if you want to see the history of Destiny 2 and all the expansions, just point to the upper right-hand corner of your destination map and look for the timeline symbol. It will also display what you have paid for in DLC as well, if there's any question. Of course, if you decide to play on without these quest lines, you can jump into certain activities like Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes, and even the first mission of the current season. All XP earned doing anything in the world will make your season pass gain levels, and the more levels, up to 100, will unlock free stuff. So check it out. Now, if you've played all the available DLC from Destiny 2, you will be a high-powered Guardian with all kinds of weapons and armor. You'll have crafting and other planetary materials. You'll also have all kinds of currencies. Legendary shards are the most needed, by the way. You'll also have all kinds of randomized weapons with different perks. You'll have collected armor and weapon mods along the way, and you might even have a few crafted weapons as well. Good job. You are now on to your third step in playing Destiny 2. What some call the end game, but what I like to call the long game. This is where you begin to grasp all the little subtleties of Destiny 2, like armor and subclass builds, crafting all the weapons you want, farming activities to get that God-rolled weapon that will give you the advantage in PvP, or make you a legend in raids and dungeons. This is the part of the game where a lot of us veterans find ourselves today. on that ever-expanding mission to scratch that itch. Maybe you want to complete and gain titles in guilding. Maybe you're on that triumph score hunt. Maybe you are a lore hound, and you'll read up on everything in the lore that drops in the game now, by the way, as you complete triumphs. One more bonus tip for those who stuck around. The very best thing you can do as you level up and complete all the things in this game is to join a clan or community. There are all kinds of them out there, waiting for you to request to join. Just go to Bungie.net to search out what kind of clan you'd like to be included in. The more fellow Guardians around you, the more likely they'll want to help you along your journey. And you can all work together to form long-lasting bonds of friendship as you level up your clan as well. You can even create your own if you're so inclined, or join ours. We have a wide range of Guardians from almost every time zone around the world that want to help you out. So join our Discord community, say hello, and ask questions. There's a saying in our Discord, there are no stupid questions in Destiny, so go nuts. You'll learn so much in little time, and everything is much more fun with a group. Almost every activity in this game can include fire teams. So let's jump in. Oh, and if you haven't figured it out yet, I'm a Phase 3 Guardian, and my current goals in the game is to first finish out the current seasonal storyline, as it'll build into next season. Second, I love weapon crafting in this game. There's been a lot of controversy on Twitter lately and in the Destiny community, but I love weapon crafting. It's been something I've always wanted. I was the one that always leveled up all my guns in Call of Duty and Battlefield, and I want to do the same here. First, I'll craft my favorite weapons, the ones I know I'm going to use right away, and then I'll finish out the remaining available ones. There's 61 total weapons as of the date of this video, by the way. So I'm going to be busy for a while, but it's fun working on little mini projects in this game, and at a pace I decide. Hey, by the way, if you're curious what all this weapon crafting is all about, I already made a video about it. I have a complete guide to weapon crafting, and I'll post it right above here now. So check it out. So if you follow all the steps I've posted in the video and you've gone through every phase of level of Guardian, this is where you decide what kind of Guardian you want to be. And the story goes on. Every season opens up another storyline and all the goodies that go with it, like cool weapons and armor, new abilities and subclass options and other things in the future, hell, we might even be aware of yet. All I know is that Bungie has created a wonderful game that I consider my hobby, to escape and relax, and to continue to wonder, hey, what's next? Hey, thanks for watching my video. Hopefully this will give you an overall picture of what this game is all about. There's way too much to list in just one video, and keep an eye out on my channel, especially the Noon Returning Player Series playlist, that I'll be adding more videos of all the little pieces of this game every week. Remember to throw me that sub and help me in my mission. If you want even more Destiny, look for our podcast, which we do every week for over 3 years now. And our Discord community is fantastic. So I look forward to seeing you there. Oh, and if you want to learn more about the game, check out my Noon Returning playlist. I put it here on the left. Otherwise, you can watch one of my latest videos. It'll be here on the right. Take care of yourself, and later, Guardian.